You are the beautiful one, the glorious one, the magnificent one. You are our obsession. You and you alone, Jesus.
Good morning.
So come and fan the flame.
Just a quick update before I head off to Sweden. So it's a weird night. I ate 3 kiwis yesterday, these organic ones. Then I ate half a cauliflower, or the kids took a couple of it, but it wasn't a big one, it's small, and 1 carrot. And apparently this somehow affects your sleep, because I could not get to sleep, and I was getting up to the loo constantly. But I'm hoping that, given that I haven't had a good night's sleep, I'll be able to function properly during the day. So let's see how that goes. And yeah, that was another thing. During my sleep, my left, I would say the whole chin area, or the back of the chin, it went tingly and slightly numb. And it was like that for quite a long time. And then my right arm was also tingling. Not numb, but tingly. Unpleasant.
Passion.
There's nothing there
We
now.
can't even love you unless you help us. That when we close our eyes, oh God, we could feel love for you. Come and fan this flame, oh God.
I traveled to the airport as normal on a Monday morning, just to discover, when I have gone through security, that my flight has been cancelled due to a technical reason, and the flight was, or the rescheduled flight is 1:10, so that's a 4-hour delay. That's massive. Norwegian is taking 500 euros out of my pocket. Or not my pocket, my company's pocket. But I need to make the most of it. I was packing my stuff, I went through security, and I thought that I felt less wobbly than I normally do, which was positive, considering the horror night that I had.
My heart is yours. You won't relent until you have it all.
One thing that I thought I'd mention about the meeting yesterday, and I think I shared this with Terhi yesterday, was that I don't know if you know this, but sometimes when you go into a meeting, you have an expectation of something that's going to happen. And I have not had a feeling that, not in a personal context, but in a wider context, as a congregation, I had a feeling of expectation. Something is going to happen. And I was talking to Terhi about it yesterday, and we kind of agreed on that. That there was something. It was communal, so we felt we were, which is sometimes missing from Vineyard, the sense of feeling of community or being a member of a church. Sense of expectation. And now it is already 10 o'clock in the morning and I'm still feeling... I walked a couple of times back and forth. I'm feeling fairly alright, just a bit shaky. So, let's see.
I'll set you as a seal upon my heart, as a seal.
I brought my
upon
Fujitsu
my
laptop with me in order to, because I got the MRI images from, what do you call it, Beijas, and now I'm in the process of actually taking them, because they have, I write software as a profession, and but the piece of software that they have for displaying MRIs, it's a user nightmare. Quite many software that are developed for intelligent people, they complicate the shit out of stuff, and user friendliness, it's completely taken away from it. It's only focused on fulfilling certain technical aspects. But anyway, I'm gonna try and, when I get to the hotel tonight, I'll try and pick out the MRI images, attach them to this video. They should show lesions in the brain, which are either they're either active inflammation when they're red, when they're bright, or inflammation that has gone away, then it's not so bright. But they're both kind of in distinct colors in the brain. But anyway, Terhi's out there now. We called just a couple of minutes ago, and I shall dare the elements and go get my chocolate.
For there is love that is as strong as death, jealousy demanding as the grave.
Absolutely horrible wait. Over 4 hours, and walking about in the terminal, I noticed that to an extent, it's not resting, so I feel a bit knackered. And but hey, we're off another 2 hours, and then I guess it's only going to be a 2 or 3 hour work day, and then it's off to the hotel. Let's see.
Waters cannot quench this love.
You won't relent until
So,
you
finally on the number 1 bus, and I was just talking with Terhi, and I think the whole trip has now lasted something close to 8 hours, which is absolutely ridiculous. This is basically, people start thinking about going home from work now, and I sent a complaint to Norwegian asking for a refund. But obviously, that's still debatable whether that will happen or not. Clearly, what do you call it? Exercising and doing stuff. What do you call it? It makes me feel knackered. And now I'm wondering whether there will be lunch for me. There's a lot of lunch restaurants around where I work, but now I'm wondering whether they'll all be closed by then. I can get them.
my heart is yours.
Jesus, I'm yours. Talk to
You
him.
won't relent
That's the first work they'd done, and was horribly late due to Norwegian. But here, if you look, this building here, I'm on the second floor. There in the corner, there's, let's see which direction will I get best lighting on me. So in there, there's anything from 1 to 5 people working in that office. And, interesting work. It's a bit of a tech porn. It's a techie's wet dream, in the sense that there's no spec. We're just, our remit is to invent, create, and come up with ideas. The only thing that has put a bit of a damper on this project has been my condition, which is slightly all-consuming. It would be kind of fun to, how do I say, invent and create more. But now I'm not creating so much. I'm more of in the mode of doing what is asked from me. But naturally, inventing and stuff like that, it occurs naturally to me. This is the bus that Terhi also takes, or whoever wants to take a bus from Celia Line downtown Stockholm.
Till he has all of us.
I'll set you as a seal upon my heart.
Final thoughts of the
As a
day.
seal
Had
upon my
2 relapses, meaning I thought I bought a blueberry smoothie because everything was closed by the time I got to work. So there was no lunches on offer. So I bought a blueberry smoothie, but it wasn't a smoothie, it was blueberry yogurt. I found out. And I was too hungry, so I ate it. And then later today, when I had my dinner, I had pasta. So gluten and dairy has been consumed today. So let's see if that has an adverse effect on me. What else? I was able to compile the MRI thing, but on this Mac, I compiled it on the Windows box, Fujitsu laptop, and I sent it over email, but it is an absolutely massive file, so maybe it will be lost in translation from one mail system to the other, or then it will arrive somewhere tomorrow. So I wasn't able to add it to today's compilation. But I'm wobbly when I walk, and what do you call it? But still, I'm feeling a lot better than I've sometimes felt when there's this overwhelming feeling of sickness. And it was interesting looking inside my head. It's well, tomorrow maybe. It looks freaky. And I tried to point out where you can see these lesions in the video, but okay. Night, and Jesus.
For there is love that that is as strong as death, jealousy demanding as the grave.